So my new thing is JetDoc. Let me tell you why I did. I did JetDoc because there's one thing that drives up the cost trajectory of healthcare and down patient outcomes, and that is a lack of convenient access to care. And so this is pre-pandemic. So when I started JetDoc, when I ideated JetDoc and started to develop the software for it, no one was really doing it. Small cottage industry.
Yeah.
So I sold my company January 24th. I started JetDoc formally on February 1st. Right? 7 days later.
Hit the championship, you back in the gym.
I was working on it. You already know. I was working on it beforehand anyway. You already know. So, but then the pandemic hit mid-March.
Okay.
And then everybody got into it. Right? But at the time, I'm thinking, which is the same is true, through technology, I create convenience. So now you can look at a doctor on your cell phone 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Video capability. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then make it affordable. So I made it $10 a month or $20 for a visit if someone doesn't want to be committed to the monthly. And that's for someone's entire household. But anyway, interestingly enough, what happened, I went from being super early to something to feeling like I got late because as I developed the software for the application, which took me 8 months, the pandemic happened in the middle of month 2.
Yeah. So people that were better capitalized were able to move faster and pivot
or they're
into
already,
it.
or they're already in it. Yeah.
Yep. So now, to move faster, because speed is a big component of what you're doing as an entrepreneur and as you're building things. How are you going fast? What'd you choose to do? Because you got some interesting partners.
Yeah. So, we did, I talked to you about it.
But you got to say it out loud now.
Yeah, I got to talk to you. Yeah, so I was doing, social media ad buys and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And you trying to, teach me about what the funnel means and all this stuff. I had no idea.
You're doing it now.
Yeah, I'm trying still. But then, the power of celebrity, I think, is at the greatest that it's ever been in history.
Yeah.
Due to social media and just the power of eyeballs. And I launched in Florida and then ended up meeting Rick Ross, who's my partner. He has a lot of his base in Atlanta. And then I met Dr. Jackie Walters, and then we became close. She's also in Atlanta. And so I decided to kind of move our headquarters to Atlanta and build the business from there. So we have celebrity partners.
Yep.
Kasim's been helping me. Like I said, my brother's always been there for anything I've done professionally. And then I have some other plays. At the same time, I'm doing some B2B.
Okay. That
will quickly accelerate.
What's your vision for it? What's the goal?
Yeah, Keenan. So what we're going to do is put a dent into the health insurance industry in this country. A serious debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're serving, this is about people of color. You're talking about black folks that haven't had the access to care that they should have, whether from proximity or insurance or et cetera, hasn't been affordable, hasn't been within reach.
Right.
And you put it in the pocket.
Yeah. Put it right in the pocket on the cell phone.
Beautiful. So what, out of all your lessons, right, what's driving you now, right? So you talked about, you wanted to be in the game, right? You wanted to get back on the field. You didn't like being sidelined.
Right.
So it feels that what I'm hearing is this desire and yearning for impact. So what's the impact? What's part of your legacy? What do you want to be known for?
It's not so much legacy. I don't know. That's a little confusing for me. I would tell you this. My intent is to dominate the health insurance industry. And we're going to change it. So it won't necessarily be insurance, but dominate that industry. That's what I'm here to do. In doing so, provide access for a lot of people, change the cost trajectory for healthcare in this country, make people healthier, and have power, real power, and help other entrepreneurs create powerful businesses themselves.
I want you to touch on that too, right? While I have you, because your level of support for others is incredible, man. Since the very beginning, whether it's helping people win races and fundraise for their campaigns, but also just what you're doing with other entrepreneurs. I know we've talked about Vaunt and some of the things, but that's just scratching the surface. What are you looking for in some of these companies that you're investing in?
See, I feel like we're coming. I feel like we're coming. You know, look, man. You know, the average man in the United States is 5'9". Okay? The average black man in the United States is 5'8".
Hmm.
So shockingly, it's
Wow.
actually shorter than the average man. Most people assume the opposite.
Okay.
Because we're so successful and dominant in sports. And of course, we dominate entertainment.
Yep.
The reason we dominate those two areas is because there's no barrier to enter. Money finds the talent. In business, the barriers to enter are so high. They're so impossible.
Whew.
However, with
Real gems.
technology, you're seeing now black entrepreneurship starting to spurt up. And all we need now, we have access through technology. All we need now is mentorship. People that have gone through it, who's going through it at the center of it with folks that manage and control money in this country.
Mm.
I'll
But
be
you're
part
not
of that
just,
mentorship.
but you're not just mentoring. You're putting money in too.
I put the money in too. Yeah, we do
Absolutely.
all of it.
Because that barrier to entry is high, and
Yeah.
you're helping with some of that cost.
That's right.